So this is just an update on the auto restock feature. So I've got basically one, two, three, four, five racks. So you've got, okay, hold on, if I go over here. So all the loading docks, they load into this rack. And I've got a couple of workers, you can see here, they're moving the stuff across. So from loading storage start, 2, 3, 4, and then in the last one, that's where it routes to the racks on the mixing stations. So I've got about 8 handlers, so it's quite a lot. So the docks at the moment is just like a mixing area. But yeah, there's one way. So this is one of the ways to automate it. Just all you got to do is order online in the morning. They'll load the product into the shelves and they'll transfer them across. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, they're like buffer kind of space. So you can see he's loading into the paracetamol here, and he's going to move that shelf right into the mixing station. Yeah, so all they're kind of bunching together because they're moving a bunch of products across. And the way to do that is I've got a filter for each of the products. So this particular formula, I think it's the one that everyone's using, that's the 735 one, where basically it's got, so I think the first one's motor oil, then cuke, is it? Yeah, cuke, paracetamol, gas, coke again, battery, horse, and then mega bean. So you've got 8 ingredients, so each slot has a filter for each of the ingredients. That way it will always, you can kind of create this filter across the whole thing. If you don't add the filter, then you'll get stuck. So let's say if there's 8 gasolines here or something, and that product's getting stuck in that rack, and then it doesn't go across here, and then it can't load the shelves and then the mixing station from there. So you gotta, it's a bit tedious, but you gotta kind of add each item or into each filter, and that way you can say, like, you can order, say, if you're running a low motor oil, you can order 320 motor oil, and that way it'll get filtered through. So if you don't have the filters, then if you order in bulk like that, then it won't filter through. It'll just get stuck. It'll block the production line. Otherwise, you'll have to order you have to really calculate what you order. Okay, 40 batteries, and then 40, gasoline, stuff like that. But with this method, you can just order in bulk. Although obviously, if they can't, if it's all stuck, then that means the van won't get completely unloaded. But yeah, you can see them kind of transferring everything across. I've actually got to do an order, actually. Let me do an order. So actually I kind of do this. So I got 80, I'm getting pushed around here. 40, what was the other one? 40, 40, that's about 320, I think. Place the order, do the same thing with the gas mart. I think those numbers are easy to remember. So yeah, I guess you still have to order based on, okay, here we go, docks, 2, and then you can do the same thing for the other property. So in the other property, come on. So in the barn, okay, so in the barn, what I've got going on is, okay, it's probably not the most efficient layout, but basically I have two handlers in total. They load into this rack, into this rack, and then again you can see the filters. Okay, this one's a soda filter, coca seed, all the other stuff, gasoline, and then this filters into second rack, third, fourth, fifth, and then the botanists they share these two racks. So I have like 3 or 4 botanists, maybe 3 on this rack, and then the other half on that rack over there. So that way it should never run out of product here. And then gasoline is for the handlers to load into over in the back there. So you can, similar situation with the mixing station area, you can have an automated thing where you just order online and they'll unload, the 2 handlers unload everything into the racks. They'll push it through this sequence, and then they'll make sure that the botanists are well fed, you could say. So that's that one. That's another variation. I've got another variation, a simpler variation in the storage unit. Okay, I've got a simpler variation of storage unit. 2 chemists, 1 handler, and he loads it. So he's got all 5 done. So he's got loading dock into 1 rack, which is this one actually. This 1 rack, and then it feeds, this 1 rack feeds 1, 2, 3, 4 chemistry stations. So that's basically his all of the slots filled. But that will work too. I've run out of product here, but so I have to order some in. But yeah, I've got a filter on each of the chemistry stations, so it never, puts a different, 2 of the same one in there. 1 for the pseudo, 1 for the phosphorus, 1 for acid. Do it for all the chemistry stations. And similar thing in the rack, you got to make sure you add the filters. So there's always at least one product in the whole rack, and then just do the normal routing from there. Chemistry station, lab ovens, brick press, and then this is the final rack, so you can do that in the storage unit as well. The bungalow, similar situation to the barn, I think. Yeah, similar situation actually. So yeah, here we go. In the bungalow, similar situation. I've ordered something. He's still unloading this poor handler. I think I've only got 1 handler here. So he's still unloading this van. It's taken a while, but slow, but he still gets the job done. So you don't have to do the exact same thing as I did. This is just my current build. I'm sure they can make it more efficient. But yeah, so he unloads the van into this rack. I think it's this rack, or is it this rack? Might be this one. Actually, I have to double check. Okay, yeah, it is all 3. So I think I need to add a filter here, but these have filters, and these have filters too. So actually, now that I think about it, I've got to order some more green ones. Looks like they're getting used quite a lot. So yeah, I can do it in all the properties that has a van. So you can automate all 3. It makes, if you're a single player at the moment, my save is, I was playing multiplayer, but then my friend can't load into the save anymore for some reason, and I can't load into his save, so I might have to start a new one. But anyway, so if you're a single player, the fact that you can just automate these 3 big properties, or 4 properties, right? Barn, docks, this one, and the storage unit, makes handling all the stuff a lot easier. So just got to order in, and then production will keep going. So it makes things a lot more manageable with this filter. Oh no. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to fight. Oh crap. Okay, I had a machete stored in there, but I can't get to it. is some issues with this. So sometimes they don't... They get a bit stuck here. Yeah, I think I have to fix this. They get a bit stuck here. So I'm still trying to work out the little bugs. So they do load it. But these guys can tend to get stuck here. So maybe I'll just have... Maybe... I think I've got too many assigned. I've got like 3 or 5... Probably like 5 of them transferring, because I thought maybe it would make things faster, but maybe it's just causing some issues here. You can see they're just standing inside each other. So, yeah, it's not the... Yeah, so play around with this, play around yourselves, see if you guys can make like an optimized version. But the concept's there. Alright, have fun.